anyone like to address the board?
I have Monica Morrow.
There you go.
Hi. Good evening, everybody. My name is Monica Morrow. I am a parent and community member. I'm also running for the board. I just like to touch on what I believe will be in the superintendent's information for tonight. It is about the ad hoc committee about the books. I hope to find out finally who are the committee members and how they were selected. I hope that Dr. Larson will share with us. It has not been revealed to my best knowledge as of now. I believe that the community deserves to have some transparency and good understanding of what's going on. Also, I am aware that there was the Daily Herald conducting interviews with 2 candidates for the board president. And I just like to ask Ms. De La Rosa to please step down from the position or from running, because we need people who do not share manipulative half-truths, but who are showing enough courage and knowledge to be honest and transparent about what's going on. I believe that you said, to my best knowledge, that most of the people who challenged the books were not parents. I don't think that's correct. You said that parents refused to read the books. I don't know if you did, but if you did, you would know that it contains pornography and it's not to be offered to minors. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Bill Graham.
Hi, I'm Bill Graham. I live in Valley View. Who is authorized to direct the education of a child? Parents. The U.S. Constitution recognizes that human beings have certain inalienable rights to which they are entitled, which arise as a matter of natural right. Most important of these rights is called fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are rights that are so implicit in the concept of ordered liberty that neither liberty nor justice would exist if they were sacrificed. The Supreme Court has recognized that fundamental rights include special liberty interests, the rights to marry, to have children, to direct the education and upbringing of one's children, to marital privacy, bodily integrity. Among the inalienable rights of citizens of a constitutional republic of the United States is to direct the education and upbringing of one's children. These rights are natural rights, come from God. They may not be infringed. Parental constitutional power is clear in that they can move from a district or make other arrangements for their child's education. Not parents. Let's consider those persons and agents who do not have such natural rights and may only have some say in the education of children if expressly delegated this duty by district citizens. Boards of education are not parents. Superintendents and staff are not parents. Teachers unions are not staff, are not parents. Publishers are not parents. Municipal government, police, county administrators, the President of the United States, Department of Justice, FBI, Department of Education, State Board of Education, all of these people, agents, are not parents. They have no constitutional right to direct the upbringing of children, education of children. State legislatures, State Board of Health, it goes on and on. Parents are in charge. We, the people, are in charge. We're in the process of looking at materials that are in the library that some people have objected to, and I'm looking forward to that process going forward. But it's extremely important to recognize that board policy requires parents be heavily involved in that effort. And it's parents that run the school. Nobody else does. Anybody else is working for the parents. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything? Okay. Looks like we can close, Paul.
No, yes, excuse me, there's one more. I think Ms. Gastel, I gave you 2. You might have
marked for at the end of the meeting.
pardon. No, it's yes.
Oh, Allison Morrow.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. That's all right. If you want to go over.
Ms. Stone, why don't you come ahead since you're.
Again, my name is Linda Smuda, and I appreciate that the board has taken the direction to create an ad hoc committee. And I really do hope that it is represented well by concerned community members. I know I listened to a few interviews, the one that was mentioned as well. There are parents there are concerned. A lot of parents are, but what we've seen in the culture today, when people come and they speak out publicly, they get the DOJ after them, they have, they just get canceled culture. So that's probably why you're not seeing a lot of parents. I'm also seeing that there is a huge decrease in enrollment for D87. And we need to be honest with each other. Why is that? A lot of people are taking their kids out of public schools because of things like this. CRT, SEL, all those things. It's not the school board or the public school's job to teach our children morals or values. That is the parents, just like Mr. Graham said. So I just want to remind everybody that this is porn and that the ad hoc committee, I really do hope that they take a look at these pictures, they make the correct assessment and pull these books out. Thank you.
Thank you. Allison Mono.
Good evening. My name is Allison Morrow. I come from not a place of hate or of bigotry, but out of a place of genuine concern. I was a student at Glenbard East not too long ago. I graduated in 2020. Just a few years back, I remember taking freshman health class. In that class, we learned the parts of biologically female and biologically male genitalia and their functions. We also learned about how to prevent STDs and different forms of contraception to prevent pregnancy. That was it. End of story. No one cared, nor was it anyone's business what anyone of any gender or sexuality did in their bedroom. While I understand the need for health class in schools, there is a limit. Schools are teaching health class to teach students how to prevent pregnancy and STDs, not to teach them how to have sex or to promote sex. This is not an issue of sexuality or gender. It is an issue of pornography being accessible to children. And if I may be frank, seeing these images and looking at being present in a high school, I'm 20 years old right now. I wasn't 17 too long ago. My brother's currently 17. He's currently a student at Glenbard East. And if you were to tell me that there's access to such vulgar and explicit images of pornography and sexual acts, I would say, my older self would say to all of you, as I'm saying now, protect that 17-year-old girl at all costs. And don't expose her to this. Some of my biggest regrets in life come from being exposed to a pop culture that promotes sex. I had my nudes my senior year shared with peers and leaked to peers, and it caused me to look at myself in the mirror as nothing more than a whore. And it caused me to be suicidal. So this kind of, I am extremely against the promotion of sex in an educational environment. In a digital age where children have access to pornography at the click of a button, children are already vulnerable to this via the internet, pop culture, and their friends. So it is our time to empower parents to protect their children, and schools should protect a parent's right to protect their children. These children are minors. Their parents are legally responsible and in charge of them. It is a parent's responsibility to inform their children on sex, and if parents are not providing that information, then students can rent this book from the adult section of the public library, not a high school that is made up of primarily minor children. As a theater major, I understand the importance of representation in art. However, a book that so graphically describes sexual acts is dehumanizing. Representation is so much more important and honorable than explicit pornography. Who you love should not be so vulgarly reduced or represented by sex. And the high school education system defense and advocacy for such a book is deeply concerning to me. Their interest in the sexuality of children is borderline pedophilic. A group of adults defending a pornographic book and advocating for its accessibility to minors is deeply disturbing. Please respect parents, protect children, and remove these books from these schools' libraries. Thank you.
Do we have anyone else? I don't think so.
Kristen Seaman. Lots of information this evening, and I appreciate the report on the test scores and how we're measuring up. It looks like there's a lot of work that we have ahead of us. My hope moving forward with the Glenbard hours, I will say, I do have some concerns. My hope is that students are going to tap into those supports. That there will be needs, academic needs that will be met for all kids at all levels. I hope that won't stop. My hope is that that's going to be, it's going to be an experiment. And I hope that the kids do well with that. I hope they're receptive to it. I hope they advocate for themselves. I hope they desire to learn more and get the answers and help that they need. I do also hope with that hour for the kids that aren't necessarily seeking those support services. My hope also is that you are going to be well prepared for the students that aren't looking for the additional supports, but that have enrichment opportunities that are going to draw those kids in, so that they're not choosing to sit on their screens or to unplug or to not utilize that time well. I want those students to have good options, and I think we really need to start working on that soon. The other thing that I did want to add in regards to the criteria for your ad hoc committee, I do hope that you have with the two parents representation from a parent that does have some concerns, one that's not just supportive of the choice of books that are here. I hope that that is balanced with those two parents' presence. I also hope that there's at least one mental health professional that is a part of that committee as well, that is well aware of some of the concerns that that poor young girl came and shared with you. That was heart-wrenching. This is where students are at. There are so many that are struggling for various reasons. We need to be well prepared with the decisions that we're making and what we're putting in front of those children.
Thank you so much.